showed up to an audition. I was like 15 in this printed baby fat jean jacket outfit. Thought I was hilarious.
Come on,
How do you remain vulnerable in love, but also stand in your power?
Like, what's that?
You going deep, ain't you, today?
I don't have any
I
crying in
need
here.
a tissue. Where's the napkin? I need to find a napkin.
Not gonna mess up my makeup. Welcome to Cheers to That, Women's History Month edition. I'm Deniseea Head, your mixologist, and tonight we're shaking things up literally. I am so lucky to have 4 beautiful, phenomenal women in front of me.
My name is Elise Willis, and I play Lacey on Ruthless.
Awesome. Well, I am Brayley Evans, and I play Sonia Duncan, because I was married.
Married now.
On Family Business.
Yes, she is. Well, you could call me Mrs. Washington or Mama Leah on Tyler Perry's Assisted Living. Yes.
Hey, and I'm Michelle Nunez. I play your girl Zane on Ruthless. Shout out Ruthless, fam.
We're raising our glasses to history, strength, and the unstoppable spirit of women. Because from day one, we've been shaping the world, breaking barriers, and inspiring generations. And that deserves a toast. So grab a glass, pull up a seat, and let's sip in honor of the women that paved the way. Do you guys remember a woman that inspired you during your journey, like someone you cannot forget? Right. When I think of it, I think of my mom, because it was so much that she had to do, and I saw her pivot at so many different times. She's always the go-to person. Either I hear her in the back of my head like, girl, you better not. Or like, yes, lead with that. That's what it is, even when she's not around. So mine would definitely be my mother.
I would say my 8th grade teacher. I skipped 7th grade, and she would pick me up on Saturdays and take me to speech tournaments, you know, like on the weekends. And she was like this 27-year-old, tall, chocolate woman with long hair. And I was like, I thought she was like a superhero. And when I was like, who is she and where did she come from? She was the one for me. Like, she just made a difference in a little hood girl's life.
Mine would be my choir director at my church, who actually ended up becoming my auntie, Miss Kitty, Sharon Randolph. She saw the star in me when I was like in the angelic choir, like 4 years old, gave me my first solo. That's how I knew that I had to be in front of an audience. I got addicted to that hand clap. They started clapping for me after I sang my little song. I said, what's that? If she did not take that time, I wonder, would I have the confidence that I have today?
Rest in peace to my granny. She just passed away in November at 101.
Wow. That's a blessed life.
Amazing life. Super, very strong personality. She was the first woman correctional officer in Illinois.
Wow.
Yeah. Sergeant Ruby Williams.
Ruby Williams.
The reason why I am where I am today is because of my granny.
For me, you know, it's my younger sister, Annabelle. Anytime I had a problem, she would be like, take it to God. She would be like, pray about it. She passed away a couple years ago at a young age. Oh, I always had like a problem, like, oh, do people like me? I want to be liked, I want to be seen. And she was like, look, you're gonna be liked and seen by the right people. And I have a little plaque that was in her room that says, pray always.
Right. Yeah. Your sister was your angel.
Yeah.
First up, we're toasting to a woman who didn't just break barriers, she bulldozed them. Bernadine Anderson, Hollywood's first Black female artist in the local 706 union. Now, back in the 60s, when the industry tried to push her out, she said, y'all must not know who I am. She took them to court, won, and paved the way for generations of Black beauty pros. Her artistry has touched icons like Jane Fonda, Eddie Murphy, and Lawrence Fishburne. And she's blessed us with legendary looks like Coming to America, my favorite movie, and The Color Purple. So in honor of her flawless legacy, I'm mixing up something timeless and unforgettable, just like her. I call this the Glamour Girl. And y'all know a Black woman did my makeup. Let's get into it. As always, we're gonna start with our fresh juices first. So we're doing 1/2 ounce of guava juice, 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Now this is gonna be given pink pretty cocktail. Now we're gonna use 3/4 raspberry liqueur. Next up, 3/4 of orange liqueur. I like using ingredients you know you can use for other cocktails, so all these you can totally use again. And last but not least, this is a very special tequila. This is La Gratona, totally women-led, women-ran, and it tastes so good. We're gonna do 1/2 ounce. And to add extra highlight to this cocktail, just like Bernadine's career, we're gonna add some sparkle. This recipe calls for just a tiny bar spoon of edible glitter. Life is better when it sparkles. Just a little bit more, because why not? Next, we're gonna add our ice. There we go. And shake. Now, this cocktail can be served up or on the rocks. We're gonna put it in a beautiful coupe glass today. Coupe is just too sexy. There we go. Look at that glitter, pretty and pink. And since we got all the glitter, we're just gonna garnish with a simple lime wheel. These are all ingredients that y'all can totally find wherever you live. Now let's sip. It make me feel so pretty. This cocktail is daring and as vibrant as Bernadine's impact. It tastes as good as it looks. Cheers to a true beauty icon, the Glamour Girl. Speaking of sisterhood, is there a woman in the industry that you can remember that uplifted or opened a door for you?
On my first movie, Just Right, I promised we had done this take about 12 times. And Queen Latifah looked over at me and said, no, just keep doing you, boo-boo. When she said that, I felt like wings came out of my back. I went there as coworker 1.
Come on.
By the time I went to my trailer and was like, hallelujah, thank you, Lord, doing all that, they were knocking on my trailer door saying, oh, you'll be here for the rest of the movie. You are now Sabrina Giller. And it was from the moment that my big sister, Queen Latifah, said, do you, boo-boo.
I would have to say my first agent, Emily. So I started off as a model in the fashion world. Of course. I had no idea what I was doing. I showed up to an audition, or we called it castings, in like this printed baby fat, like jean jacket outfit. Thought I was
baby fat. Come on,
like Louis Vuitton luggage. Like, all over the place. And I'm like, girl. And my girl took me under her wing and just let me know the ins and outs of the industry. I mean, I was like 15.
Emily, I miss you.
Shout out, Emily.
Exactly.
I first moved out to LA and I had no idea what I was doing. I came out during the pandemic. I connected with my manager, who's JC Robbins, and she was the first one who really took flight in my career. And she was just like, let's do this. This is what you need. This is what we're doing. And she was the one who helped me get Ruthless and everything that I've worked on so far. She just believes in me so much, you know? And she still does now, even in the times where I'm like, man, do I go back to Florida now? Is that what's
Absolutely
happening?
not.
No, it's just a long.
I had an agent here, had them for 9 months, not one audition. I had seen this one agent at a workshop, and something told me to just hit her up, and she was like, I want to rep you theatrically and commercially. She saw me and believed in me, so I think that helped me, like, you know, I can be who I am.
Yes,
so
we can.
That empowered me, and I appreciate that.
Come
So,
on.
yeah, and here we are.
I can go back to when I was a housekeeper in New York, and I'm going up to like the 30-something floor, and I was like, dang, that's nice. This lady opens the door, and it is Judith Jamison.
My Lord.
Exactly. So I'll never forget, after weeks and weeks of cleaning, she said, you got a body like a dancer, so what you really doing? And I said, well, I really want to like be this like the Rihanna of like cocktails. Like I'm interested in that. And she said, clean as many toilets as you need to get to that point. But she said, whatever you do, like you have to be the best at it and you have to show up and I will never, ever forget that. Next up, we're raising a glass to the one and only Debbie Allen. She's not just a legend, she is the blueprint. From acting and directing to choreographing moves that live rent-free in our minds, Debbie proves that dance is more than movement. It's power, it's storytelling, pure magic. Beyond the stage, she's shaped generations, proven that talent means nothing without passion and hustle. So in honor of her unstoppable energy, I'm mixing up the Allen effect. With this cocktail, I wanted to keep it simple with a lot of great flavors, something that can easily be recreated. But the glass was important. The height of this flute just gives me dance, like elongated and whatnot. So that'll be the focus. We're starting off with our simple syrup, 1/2 ounce. Next up, we've got chilled green tea. Now follow me, just 1 ounce. This cocktail is given healthy-ish. Elderflower, 1/2 ounce. This is like a riff of a classic champagne cocktail, good for celebrations and easily recreated for like large groups. Last but not least, you know I had to do something Black owned. Now, it is undeniable that this vodka was created by a Black woman. This is Black Mama Green Tea Vodka. This ain't my mama vodka, but it's real good. We're doing 1.5 ounce. I love this vodka because it's actually infused with the flavor, so it's great in a cocktail, but you can also sip it on the rocks. Next up, we're adding our ice. Show that wrist work. We're gonna strain directly into the flute. You can smell that green tea. Last but not least, we're gonna put another Black-owned brand on top of this, the one and only. Thank you, Issa. Take your time so it doesn't boil over because of all the lovely ingredients. To keep it simple, we're gonna garnish with a simple rose petal. It's got layers and flair, just like Miss Allen herself. Cheers to that. Next up, we're toasting to the queen of cool, a voice of a generation, Miss Cree Summer. She's the magic behind Rugrats' Susie Carmichael, Tiny Toon Adventures Elmira, and of course, the ultimate free spirit, Freddie from a Different World. So here's to her legacy. I call this drink the animated twist. It's as colorful and vibrant as her career. Let's get mixing. This cocktail was inspired by the snacks I would have when I watched the Rugrats and Tiny Toon Adventures, and I loved creamsicles or dreamsicles. So this is gonna be the adult version of a creamsicle. We're gonna start with 1/2 ounce of tangerine juice. You can totally use orange juice as well, but tangerine tends to be a bit sweeter. Next, we're gonna use 1/2 ounce of orange liqueur. Now, we need this cocktail as orange as possible to really taste like a creamsicle. And you can use any orange liqueur you'd like, preferably Black-owned. 1.5 ounce of vanilla vodka. Now, this really gives it that vanilla taste. Last but definitely not least, you know we always gotta finish with a Black-owned brand. I'm using a cream liqueur to give us that dessert taste. 1/2 ounce of the cream. Actually, I'm gonna do a little bit more. Of course, we're gonna shake. Now remember, it's important to shake because you want all the ingredients to marry. With this cocktail, you wanna make sure you shake. Like I need you to put your back into it and put your knees into it because it's got cream in it. So you gotta really and marry those ingredients. I got an uncle that said, just make that cocktail and put it over ice. Do not just put the cocktail over ice, shake it. Now, when I think of Cree, I think of color, animation, character, vibes. So I'm using this beautiful two-tone glass. We're gonna pour up, and it's only fitting with this animated twist that we garnish with something so fitting. Oh, yes. Oh. This is the drink you sip while streaming Lil Kev on BET+. That's where you can hear Cree's memorable voice. All I'm saying, watch it, sip this, and thank me later. Cheers to that. The animated twist. So my next question, because I struggle with this, how do you remain vulnerable in love, but also stand in your power? Like, what's that?
That's what you want to do today? Hold on, I need another way. Let me take a sip.
And
during those times, and I don't care where you are in your career, during those times, we all get that feeling of, I know I've got to show up this way, but I don't feel like that inside.
So I don't know the answer, but I feel like self-love and a little bit of growth is the beginning, could be the beginning of a healthy journey to being vulnerable, in love, you know, standing in your truth.
I double down on what she said.
Yeah.
That self-love is where we're going to find our most vulnerable spaces.
Absolutely.
Find our, you know, our love that because you can't connect to nobody till you connect to yourself. And when you do, it won't work. Every single time.
No matter what.
It's working. Because you're not working. Because the people who didn't show up in your life are a reflection of the stuff you're dealing with.
Stuff you carrying.
Hello? And then you like, why you like that? Oh, because I'm like that. Uh-oh.
And that's the daily practice, too. It's not something that you just do one time and it's over with.
Right.
Continue to do that.
It's like the love that we're shown just from God, you know, like the 2 commandments that we were left with from Jesus is love God and then love your neighbor as yourself. So then you have to love yourself to love your neighbor, and to love God, you have to love yourself because God made you.
Wow. So
you have to love all of you.
Sounds like it starts with the self-love, but
So we agree.
But it's like you said, it's
agree
God.
that it's that.
Yeah, but that self-love is God. Because if we have to remember, he's not a man in the sky. He's in you. And if anybody has a problem with us talking about the Lord and having these beautiful spirits in our presence, let me get you together.
Come on, give it to
Can I
us.
get them together? Okay, because he turned what? Water into wine. Okay.
He didn't say no wine, no water. He said water into wine.
He said, yeah, don't get intoxicated. He said, go and have a drink.
Eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah, right.
It is time for cocktail confessions. Now, I know you done already shared a lot, but let's go a little bit deeper. So, I need each of you to pick a slip. There will be no chasers.
Ooh, no chasers.
No chasers. No chasers. You gonna get a real good one.
Oh, Lord.
If you could have a cocktail with any woman in history, who would it be and why? I think I'm gonna have to take it all the way back.
Come on.
That's Harriet Tubman.
Ooh, come on.
That's
my girl.
I need to know the process. That's auntie. I need to know the process of like how it all went down. The ones that didn't want to come. I want to know the conversations that were had. I mean, from her getting like, didn't she get like hit in the head with a brick? And I want to know it all.
She deserved that $20 bill they've been promising to give her.
Where the 20 at, okay?
I'm ready for them, baby. Gonna be a party in my room.
What's a love lesson you had to learn the hard way? Got to be both.
Glad that wasn't my question.
The first thing that comes to mind is, ladies, he cannot move into your home.
No, don't give him a key.
He don't get no key.
Yes. Mr. No.
I feel like any man getting in your queen bed is a queen. I don't know.
And I am sipping to that. Wait.
So he cannot live in your home.
What's a piece of advice from a woman in your life that changed the way you see love or relationships? So the first thing that came to mind was protect yourself.
Yes.
Sometimes it'll be like, oh, I don't want to wear a condom or, you know, whatever. And so it was like, no, my auntie was like, no, you make them keep that thing on.
You don't party without supplies.
Absolutely.
That's a cute little way
Where's
of
Party
saying it.
City? Okay, I need all of them.
What's a love story from history, real or fictional, that you admire or think is overrated?
Oh, tea.
So 2 things came to mind. So overrated is kind of like that 10 things I hate about you, kind of boy, girl, timid girl. Like, I just think like we're strong. And like my boyfriend now, like I asked him out. So I think that's a little like overrated. That's sort of like, oh, I don't know, like think no, like I know, you know, and I think we know.
Yeah, we know. We do know.
One that I admire is, honestly, it's Mother Teresa and her relationship with Jesus.
Come on. Come on, because take us back to church. Take us back to church.
If I can have that, then you don't need anything else, you know, if you have that like deep love right there.
Come on. Who needs notebook? We don't need that.
No. Now it's time to see who's got what it takes to become the mix master. Use your creativity. I want to really see what you got, and don't be afraid. This is liquid art. I know this might be outside of what you would normally do, but that's the fun, or at least I'm gonna have fun.
All right.
So these are all the sweeteners.
Okay.
Yes, so no matter what the flavor, just know that it's definitely sweet. And don't be afraid to taste. You can totally taste with the straw. Use what you got to get what you want, okay? Now, what movie is that from?
Players Club.
Oh, yeah. Was that Lisa Ray?
That was just a little trivia. That was just...
Play with it, don't play with it. Don't play with it.
How much time do we get?
You get enough time getting to it. But I'm thirsty, so don't take too long.
Okay. All right, so I don't even know what to
I'm
do
gonna
first.
stay here to help you guys.
So we should measure it, right? Because I just usually pour it in a.
Oh, okay.
But we should measure.
Or not. I mean, I'm gonna drink it, so you don't have to. It's real quiet. We studying?
We are. It's the test.
Oh, let's see. So my palate, it's open. Oh, come on, shake it. Now shake it. Now shake it. Shake it. Shake it like the red juice. Shake it. Shake it.
Hey, come on, Sam. She said, I got it.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Oranges and
She ready?
Ooh, that's pretty.
She ready?
All right, I'll collect them all.
Oh, so the rest is for me.
You took a little nip. It's pretty.
Right.
Okay. We got a theme going on here.
So cute.
Oh. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna taste each cocktail and you'll tell me what the name of your cocktail is and what woman it was inspired by, or if it was inspired by a woman.
Okay.
That's good. Okay. You gotta tell me about it.
Well, I'm a whiskey girl, so I guess it's inspired by me.
Okay.
And she's called That Girl.
I like the color, simple garnish, nice. Okay. And up next. Now tell me.
It was inspired by, let me see, Sheila Johnson.
Come on. Billionaire.
Baby, billions. Billions.
Yeah.
Okay. That's gonna be the classy cream dream.
Cream
You like that?
dream.
Okay.
Now up next, we're moving on to a rocks glass.
Rocks glass.
Some hair on my chest, son. I'm gonna have to zip up.
Got a little heavy hand, do you?
What's her name?
Shot. My Chi-Town roots. Okay. I just called her get up.
Coming in for another. You know what your shot down is showing.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about.
Save this one for later.
Your shot down is showing.
And last but not least, now this is giving me a little bouquet.
Yes.
Now what's her name?
She is Sunshine Sweetie.
All right.
Is this non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Good mocktail.
Ain't nothing wrong with a mocktail because we gotta stay hydrated. That's why we keep this melanin popping. We gotta stay hydrated. So thank you for throwing that curveball. Now I'm gonna deliberate.
Don't forget about them billions.
I know, right? That's you right.
They all are worthy enough to be on any cocktail menu. I will say that.
Wow.
Yes, they are
Now
really
that's
good. But I will have to say that the mix master for today. It's good. It is really good. Now, did y'all know that this year's Women's Month theme is moving forward together? It's all about women inspiring and educating the next generation. Now, we've been dropping gems. Now, I got one last gem that I would love to collect from y'all. Okay. Now, is there a lesson that you've learned in your career that you would pass down to like the next wave of Black entertainers?
What I pass down to my acting students is your superpower is when you become your most authentic self.
Girl, you just took my answer.
That's it. Because it is the answer. Don't let the words and the circumstance of the script try to be, I'm gonna cry on this part. No, baby.
Right.
No, baby, that's not it. Find out you. What's in your life? What happened to you? Where your mama at? Where your daddy wasn't there? Huh? He didn't call you on the weekend. You were sitting on the porch waiting for him to come. Remember that feeling? Remember that?
Now, let me say something. Now you gonna get back here. Because usually the bartender.
You was trying to help somebody.
Can I get a couch? Because I'm about to lay down. Like,
I just thought about that today because I've learned how to do my hair like in recent years, and I just never knew how to do curly hair, and so I straightened my hair in high school. I like burnt my hair off. Wow, now my daughter and like all her friends, like I can do their hair.
Yeah.
Like they don't. I walked so they can all run.
Yeah.
You know.
Can we just give a hair moment?
I was trying to.
We got a hair.
Cute.
We have touched every black girl style. In
He
the
today,
long, straight, the short, the natural curl, the Bantu knot. Can we just have a hair moment
today.
It's a hair moment for me. Yeah. Represented every.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
That's good, though. Don't have me crying in here. Now, not gonna mess up my makeup. What is your lesson you'd pass down?
You just gotta have faith in God and go for it. Because we're in a tough industry and you get a lot of no's and it's hard. It can be really hard. But one foot in front of the other. Because if you keep pushing forward, if you keep going, you'll get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Cheers to that, because that's what it's all about. It's about us pouring into each other, but also, like you guys said, making sure we pass that along to the next generation too. Y'all done passed a lot to me alone, so cheers to that. Cheers to that. Cheers to us. Okay. Cheers. Today we've highlighted the women who've paved the way, celebrated the women making history right now, and shared our words of wisdom for the generation ready to step into their greatness. Because when women stand together, we don't just move forward, we change the game. So here's to the doers, the dreamers, the trailblazers, and the storytellers. To the sisters, the mentors, and the friends who lift as they climb. And most of all, here's to every woman out there rewriting the rules and defining her own legacy. Cheers to that.